Alright, welcome back. Got a feeling that this could be a bit longer still, if this is gonna end up being like the finishing bit for this.
どきたまえ。ここの責任者は誰だね?
Several cars had arrived, producing several men. They weren't from the Okinomiya station. One of the men was wearing a suit, despite the hot weather. He approached me, pushing Kumagai aside.
おや、これは。お久しぶりですね。県警本部の大高くんじゃありませんか。
言葉を慎みたまえ。もう君に君と呼ばれる階級ではない。
何かご用ですかね、大高くん。
Oh!
今非常に立て込んでいます。まさか県警がこの現場を乗っ取ろうつもりで？誰の了解で？
私が許可した、大石君。
所長！
高杉君から事情は聞いている。君がまいた種だという話も聞いているぞ。君はもう下がって、あとは機動隊に任せるんだ。
機動隊って？大高君、あんたまさか吸収する気ですか？
危険は重々承知だ。だがもう爆発まで時間がない。君が時間を浪費しすぎたのだ。その尻拭いを我々がしようというんだ。君らは引き継いで後方に下がりたまえ。
I couldn't talk back, and both the chief and a guy from the prefectural headquarters gave me an order.
おいさん、何者っすかあいつは。
大高君。昔麻雀がくっそ弱いくせに生きがってたからちょいと叩き潰してやったことがありましてね。それともあれかな、剣道大会で偉そうにしてやがったから面食らわして失神させたのを根に持ってるのかな。
Obviously, we didn't get along.
大石君、現在
あんた本気で突入する気で？こっちはもうすぐ睡眠薬で穏便に決着がつけられそうなんだ。それをひっくり返す機会。
もう遅すぎる。あと1時間あったらその手も検討できたな。突入は府警の専門部隊が担当する。
I mean, to be perfectly fair, this is probably the best idea at this point, considering that they only have, 10 minutes or so left.
君はバックアップに回りたまえ。
Hey, wait. If Oishi's talking with them, that means Oishi's not talking with Rena anymore. That's bad.
所長、あんた分かってますよね。あの教室は今や巨大な爆弾なんです。だが一番恐ろしい爆弾は教室じゃない。犯人の竜宮レナ本人なんです。我々はようやくそれをなだめ、穏便に解決する手順を踏み、それを実行しようとしています。時間は確かにもう10分もない。でも必ず成功させてみせます。講習は私が自らやります。ダメなら私が粉々に吹っ飛んでおしまいです。首相たちは離れてそれを見てざまあみると思ってればいい。
大石君、府警の専門部隊はただの機動隊じゃないぞ。第二機動隊といえば君ほどの男なら噂くらい聞いてるだろう。
なんすか大石さん、第二機動隊って有名なんですか
？5年くらい前だっけ、空港の飛行機に犯人が立てこもった事件があったでしょう。あれをきっかけに東京と大阪にハイジャック専門の特殊部隊が組織されたって噂は聞いてましたがね。実在してましたか。
でもなんだって府警の機動隊がこんなところに。
Otaka smiled proudly.
たまたま県警機動隊との交流訓練があってね、特別に応援を要請したのだよ。
相変わらずですね。話をすぐ派手にしたがるその癖は。
The company members exited the vehicles one after another and took position. They didn't move like policemen.
大高君、あんた学校で銃撃戦をやる気かい？ 一発で大爆発を起こすぞ。
安心したまえ。突入班が使うのは火器じゃない。ボート鎮圧用のガス銃だ。高圧ガスで催涙ガスを噴出する。何の問題もない。
へえ、そりゃ便利な水鉄砲があったもんで。ところでそのおもちゃは校庭を横断して教室まで届くほど便利なものなんで。
それは君が心配することではない。あとは我々に任せて下がりたまえ。
As I lifted my arms exaggeratedly, one elbow accidentally touched the car horn, which honked. Of course, I did it on purpose.
今のは前原圭一を呼び出すサインですか？
ええ、そうです。前原君が気づいてくれるのに祈るしかない。
And Ren is like, why do these stupid police officers keep honking their horns?
今さら彼に何を？
連中は多分グレネードか何かでガラスをぶち抜いてガス弾を教室に撃ち込んでその隙に突入しようってつもりでしょう。連中はリュウグウレナを甘く見てる。彼女は本気だ。ガラスの割れる音でもライターをためらわず点火する。
特殊部隊には制圧できないってことですか？
できないに決まってるだろう。だから今まで慎重にやってきたんじゃないの。リュウグウレナは初めから死ぬつもりなんだよ。命が惜しくない奴に突入なんて意味がないんだよ。前原さんしかいない。
おいさん、繋がりました。
もしもし、大石です。聞こえてたら咳払いお願いします。緊急の話があります。聞いてください。
どうせ悪い話だろ。
悔しいですが、
Isn't this whole thing an emergency?
県警が介入してきてお膳立てをひっくり返すつもりです。特殊部隊が校舎に突入しようとしています。
おいおい、護身用スプレーでひるませてもその1秒で点火されちまうってんで、俺はずっと抑えてきたんだぜ。突入なんてそんなの無理に決まってるだろ。
県警はリュウグウさんがすでに死ぬ気であることを理解していません。ライターは脅しで点火するわけないと鷹をくくっています。多分5分以内に突入するでしょう。突入する前になんとかリュウグウレナからライターを奪ってください。
それは次元破壊装置を何とかしろというオーダーに追加で？
ねえ、そうです。
マジかよ。あと5分でレナからライターを奪って次元破壊装置もどうにかやってくれるぜ。
あなただけが頼りなんです。頼みます。
どうですか、サトコ。思いつきますですか？1階の廊下だけが知りたいんですの。そこにあるかないか。レナさんの行動パターンから考えて、1階ならあそこ、2階ならあそこ。
1階の廊下をコードが横断してないかざっと見ればいいんだな。
多分あるはず。普段のレナさんなら断言できますけど、今のレナさんはノイズだらけで行動パターンが読み切れませんわ。
What's keeping Rena's attention right now? She's not on the phone with Oishi. What is she doing?
よし、任せろ。なんとかする。もう悩むにも時間が足りねえよ。最後の2択は俺が直接探る。
I don't want another tragedy. You demons down in hell. I bet you're just waiting for an amusing ending to unfold while eating some popcorn. I won't let that happen. I'm going to change everything. And then I'm going to make you pick up your popcorn off the floor. I spoke to Rin as she continued on with her story about the aliens.
何？
Oh, so she's already back in the room, and I guess we're whispering to each other?
どうしたの、ケイチ君。
いや、今音が聞こえなかったか？
Rena went quiet and looked around. Rena had become totally paranoid about everything. Once she became worried, she couldn't ignore it.
本当に？ケイチ君。
ああ、聞き間違いじゃない。
I knew she'd want to check it herself. But she really couldn't leave the room for something like that. So in that case, she'd have to ask me to check it for her. Brenna must have been thinking the same thing.
ケイチ君、見てきて。
Rena gave me an order with a fake smile on her lips.
ああ、わかった。
Rena watched me go out into the hallway. As I did, she spoke to me.
レナを怒らせちゃ嫌だよ。
信用しろ。俺はレナの仲間だ。
うん。信じるよ。信じるから。裏切っちゃ嫌だからね。
She's gonna find out. After being freed from Rena, I looked for a cord in a hurry. I didn't even have 5 minutes. The office probably has more outlets than anywhere else. I headed for the teacher's office. Where were the outlets? Unlike light switches, outlets couldn't always be found near entrances. Dang it, why did the clock in the teacher's office have to make such a loud ticking noise?
大丈夫なのですよ。ケイチならきっと見つけてくれますのです。レナさんならいつものレナさんより疑り深いレナさんならどこにどう仕掛けますの？
Wouldn't she probably, I don't know, set it up on the second floor or something?
この程度がわからなくてレナさんのトラップで最後なんて北条聡子一生の恥ですわ。
なんだこれ。
I saw a plug inserted into the unit under the principal's desk, and I also saw a cord extending under the door to the reception room. There shouldn't have been any reason why a cord had to be extended into that room. The reception room had an outlet of its own. I tiptoed over to the reception room and opened the door. Squeak! The door squeaked as I cracked it open a little. I poked my head inside the reception room. I saw the suspicious cord crossing the room and extending under the door to the hallway. I followed the cord through the reception room. I opened the door to the hallway, and the cord is extending into the storage closet. The storage closet was used to hold cleaning chemicals. I could smell them from here. The cord is extending into there. I carefully opened the door and turned the light on. The cord was attached to another extension cord, and there was an alarm clock that didn't belong in there.
見つけた。
The time bomb. So all I'd have to do was unplug the cord. I picked up the alarm clock. It looked like a normal alarm clock. Actually, it was a normal alarm clock. I remember Kumagai saying, or calling it a kitchen timer. He said it was a bit like an alarm clock. But this wasn't a bit like an alarm clock. It was an alarm clock. Wait, didn't alarm clocks use batteries? This alarm clock was a battery-operated one too. I looked at the extension cord, and there was nothing plugged into it. Eh? What was this extension cord for? Why was this extending all the way from the teacher's office?
いけないケイチさん、逃げて。
サトコ。
それは違うんですの。騙された。
Yep. I figured she was gonna, kinda, after a couple seconds, come chase after you and see what was happening. A black shadow was covering me. I felt my body freeze. It was so frozen that I felt it was about to crack. I turned around slowly and saw someone holding a hatchet above their head. You want to talk about this? I dropped the alarm clock. It made a noise as it hit the ground.
どうしてケイチ君は延長コードをたどって目覚まし時計なんか持ってるのかな？
All the cells in my body were frozen. This was Rena's trap. Rena was suspicious of everyone, including me. This whole time, she thought there was someone connected to the people outside. This was a trap to lure that person out. Only the people outside knew about the time bomb. I was told about the whole thing, and so I followed the extension cord and picked up the alarm clock. How stupid of me.
待て。
どいよ圭一君。
Rina hit me with the back side of the hatchet earlier. It was painful, but it didn't kill me. But this time, she was holding the hatchet the right way. It wouldn't just crack my forehead. It would split my entire head open. Rina lifted the hatchet mercilessly. She moved slowly, as if everything was in slow motion. She looked almost divine. Maybe it really was holy. I was praying after all. Praying? What was I praying for? I was praying for my life. It was so sudden, I couldn't tell what happened. Rika-chan had jumped onto Rina from behind. I didn't know what kind of weapon Rika-chan used, but Rina started moaning. It clearly hurt. That brought me back to reality. I couldn't just watch them. I had to get the lighter from Rina. Rina knew I was after the lighter. She closed her fingers around it tightly. Rika-chan was grabbing onto the arm Rina was holding the hatchet in. I wanted to tell her to run, but thanks to Rika-chan I could use both of my hands to get at the lighter. The lighter flew out of Rina's hand. It hit the hallway wall and dropped down to the floor. I picked it up. At the same moment I did, Rina managed to shake off Rika-chan. I heard Satoko screaming from the classroom. Satoko had figured out where Rina hid the time bomb. I wanted to catch Rina, but I didn't have time for that. I had to do something about the time bomb instead. Rika-chan had spread her arms, blocking Rina's path forward.
Keiichi, これは初めてではないのですよ。覚えていないのですか？前の時、僕にあとわずかの頑張りがあれば、ケイイチは今度こそ間に合わせる。だから言ってなのです。
I didn't know what Rika-chan was talking about. But there was one thing I did know. Just like Rina and Mion were ready to give up their lives for their friends, and I was ready to give up mine. Rika-chan was prepared for that too. Therefore, telling Rika-chan to run was like telling her she wasn't my friend. And so I will depend on my friend, Rika-chan. Leaving it to Rika-chan, I dashed for the classroom. As soon as Rika heard Keiichi's footsteps reach the classroom door, she sighed in relief. As she did, Rina's black shadow came ever closer. Rika grabbed a mop as she ran from the storage closet. She picked it up and held it upside down like a spear. Rika's stance told Rina that she was ready to fight. Rika didn't look like a little girl anymore. She looked so brave that Rina was even startled by it. Rika smiled cynically. Rika usually never smiled this way.
この私が死を恐れるとでも幾百の死の山脈を越えてきたこの私が今さら何を恐れるというのか。君、リカちゃんじゃないね。あの夜に出会った正体を表したな、宇宙人め。本物のリカちゃんをどこへやった？本物のリカ、ここにいるわよ。 みぱー。ああ、その小バカにしたところは間違いなくリカちゃんだね。そう、お社様は宇宙人だった。フルデ家はその末裔で宇宙人の直系の一族だもんね。脳みそを叩き割って中の寄生虫を引きずり出してやるからね。
Rena raised her hatchet and charged at Rika with a scream. Rena looked like a beast charging towards its prey. Rika took a step backwards and lowered her body, preparing to counterattack. She did that with no hesitation.
あいにくね、1分も稼げれば十分なの。遊んであげるね。おいで、中女。
Come on, Hatchet Girl.
いいですの、ケイチさん。すべてのヒントと答えはもう朝の時にありましたの。
落ち着け、佐藤。俺に分かるように話せ。つまり、どういうことなんだ？
It's simple if you just remember. Come on, it's quite obvious when you do, I know, but why don't you just tell me? We don't have a whole lot of time.
今日は臭い。窓閉めて。
バーカ。窓を閉めたらもっと暑くなるんだよ。
We had been smelling gasoline coming from outdoors. There were no forestry service people in the office, so they weren't doing any work today. The smell wasn't coming from anything they were doing. In other words, it was the smell of Rena's gasoline. Rena hid the gasoline near the classroom. She had it in a plastic container. You can't smell gasoline that's in a plastic container. So in other words, she had more gasoline ready than just in the container she used to spread it around the classroom. Where was the smell coming from? Was it coming from outside? Vaporized gasoline is heavier than air. It sinks. There was another hint other than that.
あれ、俺たちのボールがね。王女、お前がまた隠したんだろう。誰がそんなものを隠しますの？どうせ隠すならもう少し気の利いたものを隠しましたよ。
Kids who love to play with their ball never lose it. It should have been in the same place it always was. But it was gone. So that must mean that Rena used it for something. The gasoline was coming from above. A ball was missing. So maybe it was stuffed somewhere.
レナさんは雨どいの出口をボールで詰めて雨どいいっぱいにガソリンを注いだんですの。どこから？2階の屋根の上からですのよ。
Wait, what? You mean like the gutters or something? The drain canal extended along the roof of the second floor and then came straight down to the ground. Or do you mean that vertical thing where all the gutter water comes to and then it comes down to the ground? Is that what we're talking about? I think so. If it was plugged and filled with gasoline, it was like a huge Molotov cocktail that extended from the ground to the roof of the second floor. Furthermore, the drain canal ran by the classroom windows. If the canal exploded, the classroom would explode too.
じゃあ、つまり、次元発火装置は
2階の窓から延長コードか何かで引っ張って屋根の上ですわ。
I picked up a pair of scissors and cut Satoku's bonds.
そういや、リカちゃんはどうやって縄跳びを解いたんだ？
あるございましたわね。私は解けるほど痩せてなくて。
I rubbed Satoku's head.
みんなを頼む。俺は屋上へ行く。
As I jumped out of the classroom, Satoko stopped me.
ケイチさん、これを。
なんだよ、まだ何かあるのか？
Something silver sailed through the air. I caught it. It was a metal bat.
ニーニーのですのよ。
You might need that to beat up somebody.
返してもらうでございますからね。
ああ、すまん佐藤。
The metal bat fit right into my palm. I didn't even feel its weight. It really eased my mind. The name Satoshi was written on the handle. This was the bat that belonged to Satoku's brother, Satoshi. He was the victim of last year's tragedy. You and I, we're the same. I won't let another tragedy take place. I'll treat this as a gift from you, who is waiting in the wings. Let's rip apart the script of this demonic tragedy together. Let's go, Satoshi. As I tried to run up the stairs, I heard a loud noise coming from the hallway by the teacher's office. I saw Rika-chan rolling on the floor. Dang, Rika-chan! You held out as long as you could.
くそ、身体年齢があと5つもあれば。さあ、次はケイイチくんだよ。
やべえ。
I gotta go.
今は屋根の上だ。
Well, don't tell her that.
よく気づいたね。よく気づいたね。でも、させるもんか。
Rinna's face looked unbelievably scary. She was ready to rip me apart if she caught me. In that case, just try me. I jumped up the stairs, skipping every other step. I turned on the bug in my pocket. I didn't have time to put in the earphones. As Rinna flew up the stairs, her foot got caught on a jump rope. She tripped and then 3 buckets fell in her head. The result of Satoku's trap. Satoko leaned against the wall and waved her index finger in a mocking gesture.
なかなかの線を言ってましたけど、まだまだこの私とトラップ勝負をするのは3億5000光年くらい早くてでございましたよ。さとこちゃん、光年は距離だよ。
Smash! The 4th bucket hit Satoko on the head. I continued up to the rooftop. Rinna ignored Satoko and ran after me.
大石さんか。やったぞ。ライターは奪った。次元破壊装置も分かってる。屋根の上、雨どいの中だ。今抑えに行ってる。
大石さん、まさかあれじゃ。
I mean, at this point, Rinna already knows what's going on. We've got the lighter. Can't we just get the power company to shut off the power or something? Oishi grabbed the pair of binoculars from Kumagai and looked at the rain gutter on the rooftop. There was something like an alarm clock sitting there. The cord from the clock was extending onto the 2nd floor window. It was so obvious, but they didn't even notice until just then. Satoko was working hard to remove her classmates' restraints, but she couldn't do anything about the bike lock on Mion's neck.
みんな、私はいいから早く逃げて。あら、ミオさんらしくもない。こういう瞬間でも我が部の部長らしくあるべきではございません。部長はただ一言、こいつを外せと命令遊ばされれば結構ですのよ。
Satoko reached for the back of her collar and produced a bent hairpin. Satoko opened the window, climbed onto the windowsill, and faced the bike lock that was restraining Mion.
みんなは全部のカーテンを開けて窓を全部開けたら外へ駆け出すこと。
委員長、前原さんはどうするんです？
ケイちゃんは警察が助けてくれるから、みんなはとにかく一刻も早くここから逃げて。ってもう外したの？北条聡子にとって U 字ロックの U はこんなの楽勝の U でございましたよ。
The binoculars were trained on the classroom. All the curtains were open, as well as all the windows. The children, in turn, were all running out onto the schoolyard. Oishi pushed Otaka aside, then grabbed his radio and yelled into it.
全班突入しろ。突入突入突入。人質を全員確保しろ。犯人は人質1名を追って2階へ上がった模様。
こら、何の真似だね。大石君、無線を返したもん。
Otaka tried to grab the radio from Oishi, but Kumagai stepped in. There was a dull noise, and Otaka crumbled to the floor, convulsing.
ああ、すみませんです。
Nice face.
膝がたまたまきれいに入っちゃったっすね。
教室内にはまだガソリンが充満してるぞ。十分に注意しろ。ガス弾や閃光弾の類の使用は禁ずる。繰り返す。ガス弾、閃光弾の使用は禁ずる。大爆発するぞ。扉を打ち破れないですかね。
教室真正面です。ガソリン集合火災に着火の恐れあり。指示を待ちます。
I mean, be like, hey, whatever the local electrical company is, can you guys just shut off the power to this area? And I imagine they could probably do it.
くそ、ブレーカーを落とせば上がりだと思ったのにな。電源室は放棄。2階部分を制圧されたし。大高君、電源室確保失敗時はどうするつもりだったんです？
それに失敗しないための特殊部隊だ。
これだから坊ちゃん育ちは。あとは時計のコンセントを抑えるしかないか。
狙撃範囲の HQ へ1階屋根部分に男子人質1名を発見しました。
おいさん、前原君です。
スピーカーを貸せ。前原さん、時計の電源は2階の奥の部屋。
I shook my head repeatedly. I couldn't do that. Rena was coming after me, so I couldn't head that way. What else could I do? The only way was to go up to the roof of the second floor and get the clock from there.
前原さん、そのまま2階の誘導します。
Can you hear me? Oishi-san was telling me to go further up. Satoko only told me that it was on the rooftop of the second floor, and she didn't tell me where exactly. She only said that it was in the drain canal. But maybe Oishi-san found it with his binoculars. I put my foot on the railing of the veranda and ran up to the rooftop. I'd never felt so light. I felt like I could lift myself with just 2 or 3 fingers.
そのまままっすぐ走って雨どいの一番奥。時間がない。あと30秒。
30 seconds would be plenty of time. I could get there in half that. Over there, was that it? It was!
ああ、撃てたら撃ちたいけど、それ実弾ですよね。実は狙撃銃タイプの催涙ガス銃とかそういうことだったりしません？
実弾です。
そういうのは軍隊で使ってくださいよ。日本の警察には必要ないですね。前原さん、追ってきてます。急いで、追い詰められる。
How many more seconds did I have? Who cares? Whoa! I slid down the roof and grabbed the kitchen timer that was sitting in the drain pipe, which was filled with gasoline. There was a cord with a copper wire attached to it. This was supposed to create sparks and start an explosion. The hands on the clock kept moving, with the second hand trying to reach the minute hand. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Whoa! I threw it to the ground. A moment later, I heard the noise of something breaking. Ha! Did I do it? Touchdown!
大石さん、やったっすよ。
やった前原さん、やった
圭一さんはちょっとハラハラさせすぎですわね。余裕がないのはエレガントではありませんでしたよ。
Not only policemen, but the children who were on their way to ambulances raised their voices in cheer.
大石さん、消防からっす。現場は依然危険度最大につき、突入班全員の即時退却を進言しています。
次元発火装置はもうないのに？
発火装置がなくても危険度は最大級の現場だそうです。これ以上は突入班全員の生命に危険があります。
くそ、屋上の前原君をどうしよう。2階屋根なら
大石さん、図面では校舎下に花壇があります。そこへ飛び降りるように誘導しましょう。
大石より突入中の全隊へ作戦中止、退却せよ、退却せよ。聞こえますか、前原さん。それから竜宮さんも、もうそこは危険です。いつ爆発するかわからない。校舎の下に花壇があります。
花壇だって？ちくしょう、ここからじゃよくわかんねえってのによ。